Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Larry, Packmaster Dog Training here. I'm going to give you a couple of excellent exercises that you folks can add to your e-collar work, especially the folks that are struggling a little bit to make good progress. I'm still hearing from a lot of you guys that you're having some trouble. So the next two exercises I'm going to give you are super simple, and they will work with every dog that you work with, because one of the things a lot of people have issues with, a lot of times we get what we call Velcro dog, where the dog doesn't want to leave your side. They stay right next to you. You have a hard time working the place command or the recall command while you're conditioning the dog. So the next two things are something that you can add to your program. You can do these in the beginning, you do them in the middle, you do them at the end. In fact, I encourage you to use it in all aspects of your e-collar conditioning and training, okay? The first one is something I call turnabouts. Sorry if I'm breathing heavy, I just got out of the gym. It's a little warm out. We call them turnabouts, okay? So I have the dog on a 10-foot line or a 15-foot line, and we walk. I'm walking down the road. I'm walking at a good pace. I don't care if the dog heels nicely at your side or if the dog's out in front of you. All you're going to do is do a 180-degree turn. So basically, you just turn in quickly and go in the opposite direction. As you turn, you tap, tap, tap the e-collar. My e-collar stays on continuous, but I tap it. Remember, tap, tap, tap. You turn, tap, 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 the dog will follow you. In this exercise, I don't mark, I don't reward, I don't say anything. This is just teaching the dog at no matter what stage of training you're in, that the tap means just follow. Just follow me, that's it. Super, super effective exercise, and I encourage you guys to use it in the beginning, the middle, and the end, okay? You can never do this enough. The next thing I do is I use momentum. Same thing, while walking down the street, walk at a good pace. Whether the dog is at your side or up in front of you, all you're going to do here is, while you're moving forward, the dog's momentum is moving forward, you're going to back straight up, okay? You're going to back straight. Picture it in your head. You're not turning, you're not doing nothing. As you're moving forward at a good pace, you're going to back straight up and tap, tap, tap. This will cause the dog to turn around and to come follow you, to come to you. At that moment, the second that dog turns, that I do mark with a yes and reward when the dog gets to you, okay? Again, extremely effective exercise, guys. Add these two exercises to your e-collar program and you're going to see a big difference. You don't want to train one way, okay? When I teach anything, whether I'm breaking a bad behavior or teaching something, I use many, many different aspects, guys. I want the dog to truly understand what we're doing. And the best way to do that is to hit them from multiple angles with many different ways. I'll give you an example. 20-something years ago, I was at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center down in Georgia. I was away 5 or 6 months I was in the academy to be a federal agent. I won't talk about what agency, it doesn't matter. I had between 4 and 5 hours a day of very intensive Spanish. I had to learn how to speak the language, okay? So over those 5 or 6 months, 4 or 5 hours a day of Spanish, I did pretty good. I got good grades. It came easy to me. I didn't have issues with all the exercises where you had to speak the language, you know? I thought I was hot shit. I thought I spoke the language really well. The first day I was out in the field, I was down in southern Arizona. The first person I had to interview in that language, I asked a question, he gave me the answer, and it blew my mind. I knew nothing. I understood nothing. It was the real world, and I had to make a big change. So although the foundation was laid in the classroom, I understood Spanish grammar better than English grammar. Actually, I still do. My Spanish grammar is very good. My English grammar, not so bueno, yeah. So I had no choice but to engross myself in the language, okay? I didn't speak English when I went into restaurants, and I went into a lot of restaurants. I was like a freaking celebrity down on the border. People loved me because they knew if I liked it, I'd bring a lot of people with me. I didn't speak English. I only listened to Spanish radio. I listened to Spanish music. I watched Spanish TV, you know? I know what you guys are thinking already. It was to learn the language, okay? That was it. But I had to engross myself in it, and it didn't take long before I truly understood it. And I can carry on a conversation with the locals and speak the real language, okay? Not the book language, the Spanish language, you know, what you're supposed to learn. I was able to communicate and speak in the real world. It's the same thing with this tool, guys, and whatever tool you're using with the dog. All right. A human being does not learn how to speak a foreign language at a 2-day seminar. Neither does a dog. So please remember that when you think that you're going to engross your dog in punishment with an e-collar and think that they're going to get something out of it. They're not going to. All right. They're not going to. All of these tools, the e-collar, any tool you use, is much more effective and is better served once the training is there. Add it on top. Don't use the tool to train, okay? I use an e-collar more than any trainer you'll ever meet. It's impossible to use an e-collar more than me. As much as me, yeah, you could do that. But I very rarely have to correct a dog with the e-collar. So think about that, okay? Add those 2 exercises, teach the language like you're teaching the dog a foreign language, and wait till he's fluent before you really get the full benefits of the tool, okay, guys? All right, folks, it's Monday. I hope everybody's doing well. Get out there and train your dogs. Make the dog the best it possibly can be, and enjoy the process, folks. They're not here for long, all right? Peace.